Voters in New York, Connecticut, Rhode Island and Wisconsin are casting their ballots in the 2024 presidential primary on Tuesday. Democratic President Joe Biden and his Republican rival, former U.S. President Donald Trump, are both expected to easily secure win in primaries in these four states. New York has 268 delegates up for grabs in the Democratic presidential primary, and 92 delegates are up for grabs in the Republican presidential primary. The New York State Board of Election has reported more than 100,000 voters across the state who have already cast their ballots. The bigger question, which persists right now for Democrats, is the number of people demonstrating against U.S. President Joe Biden's policies regarding the ongoing war in West Asia. Democrats can vote uncommitted in Connecticut and Rhode Island to oppose the president's handling of the Israel-Hamas war. Meanwhile, in Wisconsin, voters can choose the uninstructed delegation option. But this choice is not prevalent in New York, and the people who want to convey a message to the president are being urged to leave it blank. Activists are now pressuring the president over the Gaza crisis and are urging the voters to leave the ballots unmarked. And for more on this, our correspondent Susan Tehrani has sent us this report from New York. Take a look.
I'm standing outside a polling station here in New York City as polls opened across the state for primaries on Tuesday. This year, New York is considered to be irrelevant. One, considering its blue state status, and secondly, New York has closed primaries. President Biden and former President Donald Trump have both secured the number of delegates needed to head to their parties' conventions. Still, some progressive groups encourage Democrats to head to the polls regardless and vote uncommitted in a bid to protest President Biden's policies on Israel. With this rain, it's hard to imagine how many committed or uncommitted voters ultimately came to the polls. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World Is Why.